Abubakar Kabir Yusuf, a member of a new Nigerian People's Party (NNPP), was declared winner of the Kano State governorship election held on 18th March by Nigeria's Electoral Commission (INEC). However, the All Progressive Congress (APC) had challenged the outcome of the election, alleging the electoral malpractices and asking its governorship candidate at the poll, Nasiru Gawuna, has been declared winner of the election. The Kano State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal and the Court of Appeal in Abuja upheld Gawuna's case and nullified Governor Yusuf's election. Following the suspension of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, the Minister's Permanent Secretary, Abel Olumuyiwa Enitan, has assumed responsibility for the ministry. His action is in line with the directive of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who had suspended Edu on Monday over the alleged payment of public funds into private accounts. Enitan assumed responsibility after a letter to that effect from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, was given to him Monday night. Recall that the President Tinubu, through his special advisor Media and Publicity, Ajiri Ngalale, had directed the suspended minister to hand over to the Permanent Secretary of the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation. New developments in the Christmas Eve attack on Plateau State Village reveal the recent apprehension of 3 individuals associated with a gun-running syndicate linked to the incident. The Nigerian police force, during a press briefing in Abuja, disclosed the arrest alongside 64 others involved in various crimes nationwide, including kidnapping, gun-running, one-chance, armed robbery, banditry, and culpable homicide. Kikelomo Okere completes the report.
The first public relations officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, stated that the Plateau suspects are presently in police custody, actively cooperating in the ongoing investigation. The arrest, conducted by the Nigerian Police Force Intelligence Department Tactical Team and DFI and STS, resulted in the seizure of significant evidence, including 5,454 rounds of live ammunition, 300 live cartridge, 50 empty ammunition shell, 68 rifle, and 33 ATM cards. Earlier, the Plateau State Police Command had announced the arrest of 8 suspects related to the recent killing in the state.
The very first of such instances that we will be bringing to your notice today is the Yellowtail period attack on some villages in Plateau State. The call that Inspector General of Police IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbeto compared the NPM was in Plateau State to conduct on-the-spot assessment of the affected areas, replacing tactical strategies to bring to book the perpetrators of these attacks. These strategies are already yielding results, as 3 suspects who are members of a gun-running syndicate linked to the attacks have been apprehended and are currently in police custody, assisting with the investigation. The suspects are Ahmed Sulaiman, Balikisu Aliyu, and Aboki Samuel. Upon the arrest, the following exhibits were recovered: 1 ash-colored golf car, 1 AK-47 rifle, 1 AK-49 rifle, 1,000 rounds of live ammunition, and 5 magazines.
Additionally, Adejobi highlighted the arrest of 4 individuals in connection with the bank robbery in Otukpo, Benue State, where 9 AK-47 rifles were recovered. Also, during a confrontation at the hideout in Tarako Village, Buruku local government area of Borno State, 5 suspects succumbed to the superior firepower of police operative. Furthermore, a 3-man gang of car snatchers from Lagos was paraded, with 1 member attributing their criminal activities to the prevailing economic challenges.
The IGP is making sure that we take charge of some of these operations. We are even planning to float some operations to tackle some of these insecurity we experience in some areas across the country. The IGP is working hard as it has flagged off a segment of Special Intervention Squad in Plateau State, which is under the direct supervision of AIG in charge of Zone 4 in Makurdi, who has been temporarily located to Jos in Plateau State to oversee these special operations we are doing to make sure we restore peace back to affected areas in Bokos, back in Ladi, Mango, and other areas of Plateau State.
However, the Inspector General of Police reiterated the commitment of the Nigerian Police Force in ensuring the safety and security of the citizens by relentlessly cracking down on criminals and criminally related activities, as well as continue to work tirelessly to ensure Nigeria is a safe space for everyone. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
In a bid to get to the bottom of how humongous cash was moved from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation to private hands, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has extended its probe to directors and other key officials of the ministry and its agencies. The top officials were summoned by the Anti-Graft Agency to meet face-to-face with the suspended minister, Betta Adu, the suspended coordinator of the National Social Intervention Program, Halima Shehu, and top bank officials whose vaults were used in custodying the huge cash without reporting to the authorities in keeping with financial reporting protocols. They were invited based on the fact that some of those interviewed earlier mentioned some of them as having played one role or the other, and were summoned them based on our determination to get all the facts and arrive at a decision that will be fair to all the parties. Over now to the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN has appointed new executives to oversee the affairs of Union, Keystone, and Polaris Bank. This followed the dissolution of the board and management of the banks by the Apex Bank in its report to President Bola Tinubu. The panel, led by Jim Obaze, recommended forfeiture of the affected banks to the federal government. In a statement, CBN's Acting Director Corporate Communications, Hakuma Sidi Ali, stated that Olayemi Cardoso, governor of the CBN, approved the new executives to oversee the affairs of the three banks, stating that the appointments take immediate effect. The police command in Gombe State said it had rescued 3 babies and arrested 16 suspects in a case of alleged child trafficking and criminal conspiracy. ASP Mahid Abubakar, Police Public Relations Officer PPRO of the command, said this while briefing journalists on behalf of the Commissioner of Police Hayatu Usman in Gombe on Wednesday. According to the police spokesperson, the command received an intelligence report on one of the parents who sold her child to the alleged traffickers. Chief of Army Staff, COAS, Lieutenant General Tawhid Lagbaja, has cautioned soldiers against the abuse of social media, warning that the Army authorities will not take it lightly with any personnel who take to social media to degenerate constituted authorities. The Army boss who gave the warning Wednesday were addressing soldiers during a familiarization tour at the 14th Brigade Ohafia, Abia State, tasked soldiers with showing loyalty and respect for the core values of the Nigerian Army. Condemning the recent uncomplimentary remark by a one-way driver soldier against the governor of Lagos State, the COAS threatened several sanctions against any soldier abusing the use of social media. The Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission, Reverend Yakubu Pam, has said that the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas has necessitated the change from visits to biblical sites in Israel and Jordan to sites in Greece and Rome. Pam made this known on Wednesday while addressing journalists in Abuja and emphasized that security and welfare of pilgrims remain the prime concern of NCPC. The Commission also stated that the new 3 million naira pilgrimage course covering return flight ticket, hostel accommodation, 3-course meal per day, and tours of holy sites and executive luxury buses for 6 nights and 7 days was exclusive of pilgrims' traveling allowance, while state and private pilgrims were expected to meet up with payments before the last day of January 2024. Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Marwa, retired, has said that the upgrade of the forensic laboratory of the agency by the United States Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs will enhance operational standard and optimum performance of NDLEA in its renewed fight against substance abuse and illicit drug trafficking in Nigeria. Marwa, who stated this in Lagos, said the facility is anticipating the provision of state-of-the-art analytical equipment to enhance optimal performance in line with standard operational laboratory procedures and best practices, which in turn will enhance evidence-based analytical processes in forensic analysis. The agency boss, who was represented at the event by the agency's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, emphasized the importance of modern forensic laboratories to successful fight against illicit drugs in the country. You're watching Midday News live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, INEC calls for application from election observers for by-elections. The news continues shortly with details, and these are more stories right after this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. Following the growing insecurities along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and kidnapping attacks on communities on that corridor, the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Adeolu Egbetokun, has implemented measures to enhance safety and security in the region. The IGP emphasized the need for collaboration between various security agencies and concerned communities in the region. He urged the public to remain vigilant, report any suspicious activities, and cooperate with security personnel, as a collective effort is crucial in maintaining the security and well-being of all residents and travelers. He assured the public that these strengthened security measures are part of an ongoing commitment to ensuring a rescue and peaceful environment. And still on the news, the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday ordered the remand of a former Minister of Power and Steel, Olu Ogunloye, in Kuje Correctional Service. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arraigned EFCC Ogunloye over allegations of fraud in the Mambila Power Project. Ogunloye was brought before the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday, where he pleaded not guilty to the charges read against him. The judge, however, ordered that the embattled former minister be remanded in pending when the bill would be granted. The Lagos State Micro Enterprise Support Initiative through the State Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, WAPA, gave out various working tools to at least 1,000 beneficiaries. At least 11,885 participants have benefited from the Lagos State Government Micro Enterprise Support Scheme, MESSI, across 19 skills acquisition centers in the last 4 years in Lagos. Meanwhile, so far, about 18,092 students have graduated from various Lagos State acquisition centers from 2019 until date. Also empowered in the last 4 years were 4,000 widows, with a total of 8,000 widows as recipients of the various poverty alleviation program of the state government. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has invited civil society organizations and non-governmental organizations interested in observing the February rerun and by-election to apply via an online portal on or before January 17th. The Commission stated this in a notice issued by its Acting Director Electoral Party Monitoring, Hawa Habib, in Abuja on today. She added that INEC was conducting the by-election and rerun elections stemming from 2023 general election as directed by various election petition appeal tribunals. And over now to our foreign desk, the Niger Republic military dictators have freed the wife and son of the ousted President Mohamed Bazoum. The military junta led by General Abdurrahman Tisheni removed Bazoum from power on July 26, 2023 through a coup. The toppled president alongside his wife Khadija and 22-year-old son Salim were detained under house arrest according to the reports. Bazoum's wife and son were released provisionally by the junta. However, the junta was silent on the fate of Bazoum. UK and US naval forces have repelled the largest attack yet by Yemen's Houthis rebel on Red Sea shipping, UK Defense Secretary Grant Shapps says. Carrier-based jets and warships shot down 21 drones and missiles launched by the Iran-backed group overnight. The Houthis said they targeted a U.S. ship in retaliation for the killing of rebels who tried to attack a container ship by using speedboats last month. Shapps said he had no doubt that Iran was heavily behind such attack. And on business, the federal government, through the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, has engaged major companies under the pioneer status of the National Sugar Master Plan on collaborative terms to curtail the rising price of sugar and improve the capacity of local sugar production in Nigeria. This was disclosed by the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Doris Uzoka Anete, after a tour of the sugar companies. The minister, in a statement on Wednesday, said the move is to maintain product, especially during the upcoming Ramadan period. She further stated that the sugar refineries pledge is a clear demonstration of their alignment with the government's effort to bolster the agricultural sector for food security and pledge the full support of the government to the growth of the sector. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security says it is not in charge of the distribution of 57.8 billion naira worth of food palliatives approved for members of the National Assembly by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for onward distribution to their constituents. The ministry's Director of Information, Joel Oroche, said in a statement, this is contrary to the claim by the presidency that the president, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, distributed rice and other food items as palliatives to lawmakers. The palliatives were raising dust as constituents had accused their representatives of hoarding. The presidency had, while showcasing Tinubu's scorecard in palliatives disbursement to Nigerians, said each senator got 200 million naira worth of palliatives and 100 million naira for each member of the House of Representatives. The Nigerian Customs Service says the 2024 revenue target of 5.07 trillion naira signifies the government's confidence in the Customs Service capabilities in contributing to the nation's fiscal well-being. Comptroller General of the Custom, Adewale Adeniyi, stated this on Wednesday, saying this aligns with the NCS ongoing dedication to efficiency, excellence, and positive distributions to Nigeria's economic landscape. Kikelomo Okere tells us more.
The Nigerian Customs Service says it will rigorously implement zero-tolerance approach towards smuggling, especially petroleum product exportation. The Comptroller General of Customs added that the service remains resolute in addressing border management challenges, balancing security concerns with trade facilitations. Adeniyi noted that the NCS is also conscious of the topical trend and issues that will impact the service operations in 2024, which include alignment with government policies, direction, exchange rate effect, border management, custom modernization, among others.
As we advance in 2024, we are committed to strategically charting the course for the future. The global and national trends, including the African Continental Free Trade Area and the World Customs Organization theme, will shape our operations. The focus remains on aligning our activities with government policy, enhancing stakeholder engagements, and fortifying operational preparedness through technological advancements and capacity building. We will continue to adapt to emerging challenges, we will foster collaborations, and we will uphold our commitment to integrity and administrative procedures.
While identifying fluctuation in exchange rate as a notable factor influencing the service operation, he noted that NCS is aimed to address the challenge proactively by considering strategies to mitigate potential adverse effects. Adeniyi decried the government's approval of 2 trillion naira concession under the new tariff leading Chapter 99, which resulted in the exemption of duty payments on certain dutiable goods, previously falling within a duty range of 5 to 10%, causing deficit in NCS revenue collection in 2023.
In 2023, NCS achieved a significant milestone by recording a total revenue collection of 3 trillion 206 billion 603,417,315 naira and 47 kobo, marking a noteworthy 21.4% increase over the preceding year's total revenue of 2.6 trillion naira.
It further reels out that all is set to inaugurate the revamped electronic auction strategically designed to enhance transparency in the auction process. The CJ further reiterated that NCS will continue to adapt to emerging challenges, foster collaboration, and uphold its commitment to integrity and administrative procedure. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Thank you, Kike, for that business report. Over now to the World Bank has forecast that Nigeria's economy will grow by 3.3% this year. According to the Development Bank, agriculture, construction, services and trade are expected to drive Nigeria's economy's growth in 2024. The World Bank disclosed this in its recent Global Economic Prospects 2024, adding that Sub-Saharan Africa will experience 3.8 and 4.1% of economic rebound in 2024 and 2025, respectively. It said, growth in Nigeria is projected at 3.3% this year and 3.7% in 2025, up 0.3 and 0.6 percentage point respectively. Since June and micro fiscal reforms gradually bear fruits, the baseline forecast implies that per capita income will reach its pandemic level only in 2025. Over now in sports, top seed Novak Djokovic has drawn Thursday against a qualifier or lucky loser to begin his bid for an 11th Australian Open crown and could meet fellow Grand Slam champion Andy Murray in the third round. The Serbian, who has won 24 major, defeated Stefano in the last year's final, then added the French and US Open title to his collection. But the 36-year-old will begin his defense under an injury cloud after a wrist problem hampered him at the United Cup. There he lost to Australia Alex de Minaur. Greek 7th seed has a tough task to repeat his 2023 feat, with former top tennis stallion Murto as opening opponent, the Djokovic and potential quarter finalists. And that's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Remember, we're on Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms using at Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. See you again. Good afternoon.